welcome to this vlog. We're on the way to Cassien. We have just left Gigantica on an awesome week's fishing. Be sure to check that out in our last video. But right now we're on day one of a new vlog on the way to Cassien. How long we got left to drive?
About 8 hours left to drive.
It's gonna be a long way.
It is, but it's getting hotter and hotter, so...
Oh, you it. Start again. So we've just made that epic 8-hour drive to Cassien to be greeted by the most stunning villa. I'm just going to show you around quickly. So we've just been sorting out the van, been getting that ready for tomorrow. We have got the most incredible pool area, pool house leading up to the villa itself. Let's take you up to the kitchen. Got a massive kitchen. Big lounge overlooking the swimming pool. So I won't show you the bedrooms, but you get the idea. It's a big place. Pretty tired, so we're gonna have a bit of a chilled out day tomorrow. Have a good look around the lake, get our permits sorted. Maybe have a bit of a wander around, maybe a little go in a boat. See if we can see some signs of fish, but I don't think we're gonna get fishing done tomorrow. Alright, we'll touch base with you soon. So I've finally made it. I've actually got some rods out now, and it's kind of our third day here at Cassien. The reason why it's taken me so long is the first day was absolutely knackered from the week before. If you haven't already seen our Gigantica video, make sure you check that out. Yesterday we had a bit of a family day really. My sister and our other half came down to the south of France for a couple of days, and some friends drove down from the UK. So we spent the day out on a powerboat, rented a powerboat, and we just had the most amazing day. We was doing sort of ringos, and we went out to a couple of islands with the most crystal clear blue water, and then went off to Saint Tropez, and it was just a fantastic day. So it's taken me a while to get here, it's taken me a while to get fishing. I did have to hunt around a little bit this morning to get a permit. The bailiffs here, I say the bailiffs, the people that enforce it, are really quite strict, and apparently they come around on a regular basis. So I advise you to get a license. Make sure you get that fishing permit. And the place I got it from, I'll post it up in the comments below, was a little restaurant actually just the other side of the lake to where I'm fishing now. It's coming off sort of midday, mid-afternoon, and I've managed to get the rods out ready for this evening. Predominantly Cassien does night bites and morning bites, so I wanted to get in position, get myself a good spot ready for this evening. I've only boated across the lake a little bit. I've come off the boat ramp, just sort of testing the boat out really, not really done much boat work before, and sort of come out a couple of 100 metres, so we're a good sort of 500 metres from the boat ramp. Managed to get all 3 rods out. I'm on fishing on a bit of a clear spot, all on different spots, and I've put about 20 18mm baits over each spot, just a handful over each spot. I'm not fishing far off the bank, only a couple of rod lengths, just an underarm flick, so I didn't really want to be fishing too deep water. I'm in about 20 to 30 feet of water at the moment. It's looking good, things are looking promising already. The water's sort of murkying up on one of the spots, So hopefully we'll get ourselves a bite, but if not, I'm not fussed. I'm fishing at Cassien at the end of the day. Any bite is going to be a bonus. So I've come over to the South Farm. The reason why I'm fishing the South Farm is for the last couple of days, every time we've come past, we've seen quite a few anglers in this spot. Now normally I'd go completely the opposite end of the lake and I'd go away from the least amount of angling pressure. But here the lake is so vast and it has been so overwhelmingly big that I thought that I'd go to where potentially fish have been caught. So I've been checking out the Instagram pages, having a look at reports, and predominantly the fish have been caught obviously where the most amount of anglers are. For the last couple of days I've been looking around early mornings, late evenings, sort of in different corners, different spots of the lake to see if I can see any signs of the fish. And here it really is going to be a case of finding the fish. You cannot wait for them fish to come to you. And the reason I said, well, I picked the South Farm is because it's where I've seen the most amount of fish being caught and the most amount of anglers attempting to catch them. That being said as well, it's my first time really working from a boat, so I didn't want to go too far away from the boat ramp and from the comfort of being able to get back to somewhere of ease, getting back to the van with a bit of ease. So today's a bit of a tester as well. It really has taken some time to get set up here, predominantly because of the size of the place and the style of angling as well. You cannot come to Cassien thinking that you're going to fish it like a normal water. You really can't. There's lots of snags, the depth of the water, the size, the sheer volume of it is a challenge in itself. So this vlog, you'll have to bear with me because a lot of my camera gear I've had to leave back at the house. I can only fit a limited amount of stuff in the boat and I'll do my best to put as much camera gear in as I can. But things like tripods, extra lenses and extra cameras I've had to sacrifice on. So I'll do my best and hopefully we'll catch a fish. If not though, hopefully you will learn something about Lake Cassien, the fishing or my mistakes and how you can come out here and be able to fish it for yourself. Good morning, it's day number 4 here at Cassien and day number 11 in total on our sort of Europe road trip. I'm now fishing up in the North Arm. Yesterday after I finished off in the South Arm, I came up here and I saw some fizzing sort of in this little spot that I found earlier on in the week. So I've put out a fair bit of bait through the night and hopefully the fish have got on it overnight. And I got down there early this morning, still while it was dark, set up the rods, got the rods ready, and then just as the sun started to come up, well it hasn't even come up yet actually, as soon as it started getting light, I've put the rods out on the spot. All three are fishing probably about a rod length apart, and I've put a good scattering of boilies over the top. It's looking a lot more promising up here, other than where I was yesterday. There's a lot more sort of fish showing. I don't know whether they're carp or not, but been a few bubbles coming up here and there, but certainly the smaller fish are up here as well, which is always a promising sign that there's probably bigger fish behind it. The water's a bit clearer, there's a bit of a breeze on the lake, and there's a bit of weed around here as well. I'm fishing in a good clear spot, but the bit of weed is also a promising sign because it's going to hold the carp. It's going to hold the carp a lot better than I think the open water will. So I've only got a couple of hours. And then I've got to go back, get the breakfast, and then we'll be going out for the day today. So I'm not sure I'll be able to fish this evening, so I want to make the most of this morning. Travelling light, haven't got the boat, I've just brought my tackle bag down, chair, mat, rod holdall and a bit of camera gear. So I'm on foot, I've only got a couple of hours, fingers crossed we get a bite. If not, I'm sure it's going to be a good day anyway. Right, see you in a bit. Wow, what an incredible morning that is. Watching that sun come up across the lake. I just can't get over how vast this place is. It is absolutely enormous. Going after these carp is certainly one big challenge. It's getting on about 10 o'clock. Gonna reel the rods in a minute, put a little bit more bait out, I think, try and get back here tonight. If not, maybe tomorrow morning. Or there's another spot I found earlier on in the week in the West Arm, so I might give that a go tomorrow. But for now, I better get the rods back in, head back to the villa, get some breakfast on the way, and then I'm going to be heading out today with the other guys for a bit of a day out. Right, hopefully we'll see you in a bit. Number 12 of this Europe road trip, and I think it's probably only the 4th time that I've managed to get out on Cassien fishing. We've had a fantastic couple of days doing the boat stuff and visiting local towns and villages and visiting different marinas. It's been pretty special actually, visiting the south of France. I never really thought it would have so much to offer, but there's so much architecture and places to visit. It's unbelievable, so it makes a fantastic family holiday, and that's kind of what we've tried tying this into really as well. I mean, we had a whole week yesterday fishing at Gigantica, and then this week pretty much really doing a bit of sightseeing and the normal sort of touristy type things, but with tying in a bit of fishing on Cassien at the same time. If you are going to come here to fish, you really need to be putting in 110%. I mean, fishing for 2 weeks from first light till last light and really travelling around in the boat and really trying to find them. I found it really tough this week to try and find the fish. I've only ever come across a bit of fizzing really. I haven't actually seen them, haven't seen them jumping. I've only ever gone on where the angling pressure is or isn't, and this evening I've come to a part of the lake down in the West Arm right at the end. At certain points of the year, certain times of the year, this part of the lake is closed for when the fish are spawning, and it's really shallow down here, and the temperatures have been around sort of 27, 28 degrees most days, even over at the end of September, so it's still really, really hot, and the water levels are so low, I figured that the fish might be still holding up in the shallower water. So I've come down to this far part of the West Arm, where the water's about 6 foot to where I'm fishing, and I'm in a little channel, and where I'm fishing in the channel is in the deepest part, which is sort of over to the rocks sort of behind me. So I've got one up on a bit of a ledge, one at the bottom of the channel, and one this side of the ledge as well. So we're sort of fishing 1, 2, 3 with a good spread of boilies over the top. It's a bit different this end of the lake, I must admit. It's the water clarity is not as clear as anywhere else. It's a little bit green, it's a little bit sort of scudgy, and it really is quite carpy. It really is carpy. But fingers crossed we might be able to nick a bite. If not, I think tomorrow we'll get back out in the boat and try and find some spots. If not, I might actually come back here first thing in the morning. I think it could be quite a good point of the lake. There's not many other anglers that are coming down this far with their boats, and I managed to get down here on a little track in the van, so I can bring all the gear, I can park not too far away, barrow it down, and be fishing pretty quick actually. The only thing is, if I do get a fish on, I'm going to have to wade out quite a bit to try and just coax it around the snags. So So hopefully we'll be able to be in that position to be able to do that. Hopefully we'll get ourselves a fish. So it's day number 13 and our 5th session on Cassien. Things are looking a little bit more promising today. I spent a bit of time travelling around in the boat this morning, predominantly up in the north arm. We sort of come to this sort of basin, this sort of bowl sort of on the entrance of the north arm where we've seen some fish rolling. Predominantly in the region sort of pegs 2 and 0.2 and 0.3. We're fishing on 0.3. We've got a couple of rods out towards the road bridge and I've got 2 out to this sort of basin behind me, right in the middle. I thought the water depth was going to be quite deep, but it's not actually. It's only about 30 foot on one of the rods and 24 foot on the other rods. Felt it down, felt with a good hard hit on the bottom, a good donk, and put a good spread of bait over the top. And since we've been sort of sat here for the last half an hour while the rods have been out, there's been a couple of fish rolling over the spots, and it's the first time I've actually seen some decent sized fish actually on the lake. In fact, it's the only fish I have seen, so I'm feeling a lot more confident today, and I think getting out and about and having a good look around is starting to pay off. We've only got a couple of days left. Blanking is a real possibility, especially on this lake, the size of it and how difficult it is to fish. So I'm fishing just for that one fish, fishing for one fish. Forget it, I think it'd be a dream come true. If not, I think it's just fueled me with determination and grit to come back again and be able to put one on the bank. For now, I'm just going to enjoy the sun, sit back, and see if we can see some fish. Alright, we'll catch up in a bit. Would you believe it? I've caught my first Cassien carp. I really didn't think it was going to happen this week. I was about to reel in the rods and start heading back to the boat ramp, and the left rod absolutely melted off. To say that I'm over the moon would be an understatement. To say I think this is probably one of the greatest fish I've ever caught, again, an understatement. I'd swap all the big ones I've caught in the past just for this one. It's such an achievement catching a fish here at Cassien. Such a vast expanse of water and such stunning fish. An incredible fight in the boat. Wow, I'm so privileged. Amazing. So caught on a 18mm raw marine shelf life boilie, just tipped with a little bit of yellow, a little scent from hell, and then a sprinkling of about 20 baits over the top. Couldn't have asked for more. The fish I've got on that pile of bait, and this is what it's produced me. Wow, one final look at it before we send her back. I am absolutely gobsmacked with this one. I know I keep saying it, but I absolutely, I've got no words for it. Only because if you ever come to Cassien and you see the size of the place, you see how hard it is to fish, when you actually catch one, it is just an incredible feeling. The other day I was speaking to a couple of anglers who've been here about 3 weeks, still haven't caught anything. And I've done only a couple of days, couple of nights, a couple of evenings, and this has been a result of it. What a sense of achievement. Alright, let's get her back. Alright, goodbye my friend. Thank you very much. We'll reel the rods back in, get back in the boat, back off to the dock. Right, go on then. Go on then, you beautiful creep. Go on then, Dylan. Off you go. Again, another roasting day. I can't believe how hot it's been at the end of September. I think it's the 1st of October on Monday and today's Saturday, so right at the end of September, and it's still really, really hot. Still ecstatic, over the moon. Words can't describe it, of how amazed I was to catch that fish yesterday. We've come back to the same spot again today, and we've put all 4 rods near enough on the same sort of spot. We found that boating out about halfway, there's a gully. That gully drops down to about 60 feet, and then on each side of it it's about 34 feet deep. That's not using a sounder, echo, anything like that. That's merely just going out in the boat, just feeling the lead down, and then just paying out line sort of foot at a time, peeling it off quite quickly to feel how deep it is. And then all I've been doing is just bouncing the lead along the bottom until I've started to find a bit of a harder spot. And that it's as simple as that. And as soon as I found that harder spot, giving it one more pull just to straighten it all back up, and then putting a good handful of bait over the top, just spread around the area. On the way back to the bank, all I've been doing is just leaving the bail arm open, and then leaving my finger on top of the spool, keeping the line nice and tight, bringing the rod back to the shore. And it's been as simple as that, So again, fishing for a bite at a time. So I'm not marking it up, I'm not measuring the distances out. I'm just picking a spot on the horizon, boating out to it, dropping it down, and then feeling for that spot, and then coming straight back again. Again, bite at a time. We've picked this spot again because we had the fish yesterday, and also we've seen a couple of fish showing this morning, but nowhere near as many as yesterday. So I'm worried a little bit that the fish might have moved off of us, but at the same time, I'm going to go with what I know. We saw fish here yesterday, and we obviously had that one yesterday as well. Right, time to just sit back, get a cup of tea on, I think, enjoy the sun, and see what today brings. Well, that's the end of a fabulous week and a fantastic holiday. 2 weeks fishing, one at Gigantica, one here at Cassien, managing to fit in around a family holiday as well. And it's been, I would say, a trip of a lifetime really. And I say that because it's my first fish from a public water in France, and being Cassien, one of the hardest lakes to fish, I'm really proud of myself for catching that 24.5 pound mirror. I must say, guys, get yourself down here, get yourself on the lake and get fishing. It is a stunning, stunning venue. Right, for now though, in a minute we're going to reel in the rods, head back to the van, We've got a night in Avignon at a hotel before we make that massive drive back to Calais on Sunday. Right, don't forget to hit subscribe, make sure you hit subscribe, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook page as well. Right, we'll be seeing you again soon.